This morning, I am standing in what may be the nation's newest Genesis dealership. We're in Commerce Township, Michigan, and we're here because of the news that came out of the New York Auto Show April 1st. Jose Munoz, the Hyundai boss, said Genesis would be getting 22 new vehicles or model trims in the next 3.5 years. That's a flood of vehicles, and we wanted to find out how dealerships are going to prepare for that massive influx of vehicles. This morning, I'm talking to Jordan Schultz, who's the general manager. He's going to show us around and tell us what's different about this dealership and how you're going to take care of all these new customers that are coming in.
Sure, follow me.
Okay. Jordan, what is this area? I've never seen anything quite like this in the showroom before, especially in the middle of the showroom where real estate is like, prime area here.
No, it's a good question. We get asked that a lot when people come in, but this is actually called the Cloud.
The Cloud.
And it's supposed to mimic what a living room looks like based on Korean tradition, and the terminology sonnim means honored guest, which is what this entire facility is. So when the guest comes in, you're supposed to sit down, it's extremely comfortable, and you just start engaging. Are they here for parts, service, sales, and just get to know the customer and treat them like you're in your own home.
Sounds like you're taking the stress out of visiting the dealership for whatever reason.
That is 100% exactly what they're doing, and it's very unique to Genesis and what they're trying to bring with this facility. The salesperson would greet the customer up there at the front door.
Okay.
And then they would ask them if they want coffee or water or anything like that, which you have over there in the lounge area. And then they would invite them in here and basically just see what they're doing here, what their needs and wants are. Are you here for parts, service, sales?
Okay.
And sit down and just have a conversation as if you invited this honored guest into your own living room.
So in other words, what you're really saying is you're taking the stress out of visiting the dealership.
That would be the big difference that you're seeing with the entire facility, because it doesn't feel like a dealership. Does it feel like a dealership to you?
No.
Yeah.
Now I noticed something a little unusual around the corner. It looked like a natural area where rocks and plants are. What's going on back there? Let's go take a look and see what's going on back there. Jordan, whenever I go to car dealerships, I'm used to seeing cars everywhere. Everywhere that you can put a car, there's a car, because you want to show the customers all the things that you have. But what is this space?
Well, this is another Korean tradition, as we've discussed, that Genesis has really gone all in on to change the experience that you're feeling right now. But this is a Zen garden, and it's supposed to be peace, tranquility. Again, back to what we discussed earlier, taking a little bit of the pressure off of what people are accustomed to when they're coming to purchase a car or even going into the service department. So it's all designed very specifically by them to have that feel.
Genesis is a luxury brand, and the prices are not inconsequential. They're quite a bit. So if customers are like on the fence or something, can they come to this area and just kind of have like a private conversation? Is that what its purpose is also?
Yeah, I think a lot of the salespeople will come through here as they're showcasing the facility. When they leave the Cloud that we were at earlier, it just gives them a feeling of peace and all that. And maybe a car might be too expensive, it might not be, but this is definitely an area where you can kind of think about it and it gets them in a good headspace, I would say.
As these new vehicles come in and you fill out the lineup, will that make recruiting easier for you because you have such a nice new facility?
I think the facility in and of itself is very easy to attract someone to come in, whether it's on the sales side or the service side. But the organization, LaFontaine, that we're with, we have internal recruiters. So as this continues to grow, we will strategically do so, but we don't want to put someone in a position if we hire them too quickly before it's here. You don't ever want to put the cart before the horse sort of thing. But I believe in how we go about it. So as it grows, we'll handle it. And I'm not too concerned about it.
What can you tell us about Genesis's early customers? Because it's still early days yet.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell from trade-ins who you're being cross-shopped against? Is it the traditional crowd, Audi and BMW and Mercedes and Jaguar? Or
so it is. It's actually been a little unique. We did a little bit of research on it too, so I'm getting a lot of Grand Cherokees. So there's people in the domestic lane that see the vehicles, but I think Genesis, I think Jose Munoz talked about it too, they sold 1 million cars. They're the quickest luxury brand to get there out of any luxury brand that's ever existed. So I think it's reaching out to domestic customers too, but I've seen the Grand Cherokee customers, I've seen some Acura customers, and then your normal players, Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Jaguar, are all coming in. I think a lot of people want to know what's going on with this car.
Jordan, of course, service is a huge part of any dealership. We're standing in the service department of the Genesis store, and I have to tell you, it doesn't look like any service department I've ever seen. When you guys were laying out this dealership, you had a choice of 2 different ways to set it up. Can you tell us how you did it?
Yeah, we were very fortunate. We were awarded a Hyundai location, which you can see sitting right next door.
Yeah.
So this is called an adaptive facility. So
Okay.
behind you right here, you'll see that these three are designed for the EVs, which as you know are very, very heavy.
Yep.
We have 19 service bays over there for our Hyundai certified technicians and our Genesis certified technicians.
Okay. So in other words, you don't have to keep all the shelves full of parts and other heavy tools over here. Heavy duty repairs for internal combustion engines would go on over there.
100%. And that was, as you brought up earlier, it's exactly why we designed it, because we have that facility next door. So as we've just moved in here, the transition's been awesome and it's very quick and efficient. So I think it was a good call when we did it that way.
Last question for you.
Yeah.
You've worked in a lot of stores before.
Yeah.
How does this rank? Is it like right up there with Audi and Mercedes and all the other competitors, or is it different? Is it better?
This is by far the nicest facility I've ever been in. And I've
Yeah.
seen brand new BMW facilities, I've seen brand new Subaru facilities,
Yeah.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. So whether it's domestic or imports, and people come in, they say it too. I mean, who has a Zen garden, right?
Yeah.
But in my opinion, this is the nicest facility that I've ever been in.
The last part of the dealership that the customer sees before they drive away is the delivery bay. I'm guessing that it's all part of the customer satisfaction experience. Now, I talked to Genesis folks and they said that the dealers who are in the new stores are seeing an improvement in customer satisfaction. You guys have been open since December.
Yep.
Do you have any indication yet how you're doing?
Yes, so Genesis internally sends these surveys out to these guests, and we've been getting them since we opened on December 17th. So in December, we were above national average, January, February, and most recently in March. So I would say the facility in itself has definitely increased customer satisfaction.
All right. Thank you, Jordan, for showing us around the store.
No problem.